What's going on, guys? Murrock Wolf here, and here to sort of get some stuff off of my chest and talk a little bit about what's been going on and why I haven't been around. It's been a long time coming, so we're gonna talk about some stuff, and we're gonna hopefully get through this. So yeah. So as a lot of you may have noticed, I haven't been around for quite some time. I've been on like some panisodes and stuff where like I haven't really been on that long and whatnot, but just so like you guys are aware of like what kind of happened and what's been going on in like the real life side of things. Like almost a year ago now, it'll be a year on the 31st of this month, I got laid off from my job, and in order to like support my family, I had to get another job, and then that wasn't enough, so I had to get another job on top of that. So by I got laid off in July, and then I kind of sat around, waited for like EI to kick in because we weren't sure if we were going to get called back or not. And yeah, so sat around until like late September, and then after that it was like, shit, I don't think they're going to call us back, so time to get back on the saddle type deal. And got back into the workforce and whatnot. And by Christmas time came around, and it was like, this is not cutting the mustard, like this is not enough. So I had to pick up a second job. I started that job January 1st, and since January 1st I've been working 7 days a week. 5 of those 7 days out of the week are like 13 or 14 hour days, and I haven't had the time to like post up content or be in other people's videos doing things really. And like basically the time that I've had to like, you know, really knuckle down and, you know, not be fucking dying trying to spend time with my family and trying to do what little hobby I can do, or have time for. So that's kind of like what's been going on and why there hasn't been like a huge amount of content. And by huge amount, I mean any, from me at all. I'd really like for that to change, but like I honestly don't know when that's gonna happen. There's talk and stuff about like a bunch of people getting called back that were laid off because of like a new contract and all this other stuff, but like you can't rely on rumors. You need, like, I won't know unless I get a call, basically. So yeah, so like that's basically what's been going on. I just been like working my ass off to try and support my family and stuff, and trying to get in what hobby I can. And like it hasn't been that much. I think I've painted like maybe 10 complete models since like the layoff happened, and it sucks, but it is what it is. Like there's other more important things. So like beyond that, like I kind of wanted also to talk about like all the new releases that have been coming out lately, and just like the crazy amount of stuff that GW's been putting out, and like how tempting a lot of it is. And like it's crazy the amount of stuff that they're putting in out, like Gloomspite Gits and all this other stuff, and it's just absolutely insane. And like this whole year has just been like an insane, crazy whirlwind of releases and stuff. like last year, it started with Beasts of Chaos. I jumped on that right away because that's like one of my favorite all-time armies ever. And then the next release that really got me excited after that was Slaanesh, which I jumped on to because, well, I could take my Beasts of Chaos and put them in Slaanesh, so it was like a 2-for-1 deal, which was pretty awesome. So like currently I'm just kind of plugging away at that very slowly. I've also like been trying to, like, when I can't hobby, I want to like reorganize stuff and that, so I've been like redoing my hobby room and trying to get that done. And when I took that bit of time off there after I got laid off, I was like building a table and stuff, and like basically like everything just stopped. And I really really want to get back in, but finding the time is super super difficult. But I am making like improvements to try and like increase the quality of life type deal, like organization things. Like I'm getting some cabinets and stuff so that I can have stuff tucked away so it doesn't need to be like out on my desk all the time and taking up all this room and stuff, and just things that are gonna make it easier for me to come in and hobby, like having paints out all the time. Like I have racks and stuff for all of my paints, and but it's easy, like there'll be more accessible because they were always like behind a bunch of shit because they were like on the wall and stuff. So we're gonna get that done, and then hopefully once I get everything all organized and stuff, what I really really want to do is take this channel and move it from being like just a hodgepodge of like tutorials on this, project updates on this, here's some battle reports, here's my opinions on some stuff, and just laser focus in on one thing and just excel at that one thing. And like, so what is there really? Like, I did battle reports. Well, there's a bajillion channels that do battle reports, and they do them a hell of a lot better than I do. So like, go watch those channels because they're better, and they're gonna give you a, like, I'm not a competitive player at all. I'm totally like rule of cool, you know, this rule doesn't really make sense, we'll just get rid of it type deal. And there's way better channels out there that do battle reports that are just like, that you can take and get knowledge from and learn things from that have way more value than what I do. Like, go watch Doom and Darkness. He's like, he will never openly admit it, but he has like an extremely tactical mind. Like, go watch Warhammer Weekly. It doesn't even have to be a battle report, and listen to Vince and Tom bounce ideas off of each other. Like, they're two really good players too. So, and then there's like the Terrain Tutor and like Luke App Studios, and I could rattle off like 30 more that I'm subscribed to, but like, of people that do terrain tutorials, things like that. You have Vince, who is like just paints. That's what he does, and he's amazing at it, and he has this extreme like way of explaining things that is just so easy to understand and get a whole like a grasp of, and you get to watch him do it on top of that. So like, he's got all the painting tutorials you could ever need. So like, that idea's out. So like, what could I possibly bring to the table that no one else really is? And like, the only thing that I can think of is that I like converting and sculpting and doing that kind of stuff with miniatures. And I feel like that's not that's a sort of niche in our niche that isn't really expanded on right now, and there's not a whole lot of people doing it. And I think that there's a lot that people could learn from what I do when I convert and sculpt stuff on miniatures. And I don't know if that's something that you guys want to like learn. I would love to be like the hobby cheating of sculpting, you know what I mean? That's something that I could really get behind and push forward on. That would be like the dream. Whether or not I can make that happen, I don't know. Like I said, like time is an extreme issue right now, and what I want is not as important as what my family needs, right? So they need me around. I have to go to work to be able to support them, and that's just, it is what it is. So I thought that if I put this video out saying what I actually wanted to do, it would push me to make the time to do it. And I'm hoping that that's what it does. Like, I've got all the equipment I need to do these tutorials. I've got great lighting. I have a really good camera. Like, I have all the stuff I need. It's just time. And depending on, I guess, the response to this video, like, if you guys want me to do this, it's only going to push me that much more to make it happen, right? So if this is something that you guys think would be useful to you or to someone you know, put a comment down, hit the like button. Yeah, and we'll, if the response to this is good, then I will push and try and make this happen. So anyways, that's all I really got, really. I'm sorry this isn't more of the Doom and Darkness, like, shit and talk style, but this is just some stuff that I wanted to get off my chest because it's been sitting there for a while and I just needed to get it out there. So thank you guys for listening, and I will catch you on the next one.